Hello everyone, welcome back to Fallout 4. We're back in Sanctuary and a couple of in-game days have passed. I've been thinking around with several weapons and I finally decided what we're gonna do with the perk points we saved up. I took all the ranks of Commando, so we can now use automatic weapons pretty well. Main reason for that is there are some guns and rifles that require Commando to level them up, and not so much in the heavy weapon department, and also even though I have the strength to carry around a lot of gear, heavy weapons tend to be, well, heavy. So that's that. I'm gonna show you real quick what we came up with, and there's another couple of interesting things. So I decided to pick up a RU-556, which is one of my favorite weapons in the game. The DPS is around 1000, which is a bit on the high side in my opinion, because if we have a look at my Scar, which I stole from Tori by the way. Yes, I finally caved. I took it from her. She has a staggering effect on hers now, I think. But this one is also around 1000, but this one fires 308 ammo, and this one is using 556. I didn't mod this one fully, or to the maximized content, because, well, this long barrel is clearly better, but I like the weapon pretty short, so I stuck with the standard barrel. I mean, this one does help on the recoil, but I don't like the holes in the barrel, so to speak, so I didn't pick that. And there is the thing of stock. This one is clearly the better one, but pretty much same with the barrel. I like the aesthetics of this one better. You can mod this thing with damage as well, but like I said, I'm already at over 1000 DPS, so if I would do this, this weapon would just become silly, and that's not what I'm looking for. The legendary effect, I just took off the Kalash that I had. I also tried the Kalash on auto fire, but ultimately I like this one better. I like the looks of this better, I like the sounds of this better, so I'm not gonna do that. I did put on a flashlight because it has the option. Don't really care about a laser sight, so skip that, and we keep it nice and black. Also made one for Curie. This is the one I initially gave to Ada, but I took it away from her. I still have to get another weapon for her. I like to have my companions with unique weapons, so no one is the same. Then I switched back to my bleeding shotgun, because pretty much the robot part is over. And although the explosive one worked out pretty well, I like the bleeding better, because then I can just unload point blank range without worrying will I shoot several limbs off my own body, so there's that. And then there's this thing. I didn't mod it, but I did notice that you can swap it to automatic, and as you can see I didn't do that, because if I set it to automatic it suddenly has a DPS of 1600 for a pistol. And again, in my opinion, that's a bit too crazy, so decided not to go for that. Like I said, nothing's changed on this weapon, and I guess that is pretty much it. Still sitting on the sword. I might pick up the knife later on again, but for now we'll just keep the stuff that we have. Anyway, that's the weapon department. There's one thing left to do, and that is check on Curie. So let's head over to Good Neighbor and see how she's doing. Okay, there seems to be in the basement. Caretaker.
Hey, you're the one that wants to use G519's body? I I just don't have the caps to keep her alive anymore. Life support ain't easy or cheap, you know? I was gonna pull the plug on her. What you're proposing sounds a little better. Better than letting her rot.
What do you think she would want?
Damned if I know. It's not like I even knew her before. Since G5 has no one else, for what it's worth, you have my consent.
Thank you. I know this must be difficult.
Yeah. I'll leave you to it.
Curie, let's begin. Curie, terminate all non-essential operations.
Affirmative.
All right. Connection complete. I have access to your friend's memories. G5's already been prepped, so this shouldn't take long. Yes. There.
My chest... What is happening?
Just breathe. It's an autonomic function. Just let your body do what it must.
I feel so strange.
Listen to me. Can you hear me? What is your name?
My designation is Contagions, Vulnerability, Robotic, Infirmary Engineer. Or Curie.
That's promising.
Good. Very good. Now let's test some cognitive functions. What is 1 plus 2?
3.
If I threw a baseball at your head, what would you do?
Move.
Think of a strong memory. The first that comes to mind. Tell me about it.
Dr. Burrow was very old. He was the last living scientist in my section of Vault 81. He was on his bed, very weak. He said to me, "Curie, you must..." And he died before he finished the sentence. Oh, my insides feel peculiar. What is that?
You might be feeling grief for a friend.
This unit has no friends, but... there. My chest is tightening when I think of poor Dr. Burrow.
The operation appears successful. But I think it will take a lot of adjustment for your new friend. She may need your help to make the transition.
Thank you, Doctor, for this opportunity. The influx of data is hard to
So,
process.
you joined the
Apologies
Institute.
if some...
I suppose in the end, they always win.
Now, I did make a point of you helping the robot before, so I would just shush if I were you. Anyway, I'm using a mod to change the appearance of Curie, which you normally can't edit with the SLM menu, because she's not considered a human, which is kinda annoying, but I like this appearance for her. Anyway, let's give her her stuff. Oh, I forgot the grenades. Not that one, that one, that one. I got her the Mary dress. As you can see, I threw ballistic weave on it, and I made some other thingies with legendaries I didn't use at the time. This has luck. This is called bolstering, and some sentinels to keep her a bit more tanky. These are all concealed armors, so they won't show up. Pull your gun out. Nice. Anyway, this is gonna do it for the Automatron DLC. Actually, this isn't even really part of it, but I wanted to do it anyway because it was kinda robot related, to get it out of the way. Next thing is gonna be the Far Harbor DLC. We're level 68 now, I think. I'm gonna do some off-screen stuff, maybe hunt down some magazines I've missed and when we're 70 we're gonna start the Far Harbor DLC. This one was a bit of a short ride. It's the shortest of them all. I didn't really dabble with the robot building, only the things I had to do. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna bother with making some robots for my settlements. Not really into the supply line kind of thing. And I already have armed guards, so not really sure if that's worth the trouble. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this series, and like I said, next up is Far Harbor, so I hope to see you there.